a while of everyone looking at bro on the ground, I lose. I can't take it anymore. I go over there and I look over the teacher's shoulder and everyone knows about guy locker rooms, but like, do you really? Like, do you really know what's going on inside that locker room? Because I promise if you did, schools across the nation would start banning them immediately. The worst thing that happened in my high school locker room is the most disturbing thing you will hear today. Like, let me say this. Everything started because high school locker rooms are a complete wasteland. It's like VR chat mixed with GTA mixed with a Twitter comment section. As soon as you walk in, you see guys yelling, you see the scared white kids all tucked in the corner, you see the shower is leaking water, there's so much act in the air, you would have thought you were at one of these places. Mold is growing in between the lockers, the tiles have more cracks than the glass window that separates the locker room office from the kids' locker room, and you will look through that glass at the teachers just praying they would take control of the situation, because the students are starting their weekly slap boxing competition, but they're just sitting there pretending like we don't exist, which for 82 cents an hour I do the same thing, but acting like you didn't choose this career is crazy. We know you see these kids hitting vapes in the bathroom. The hallways look like a Halloween movie. Do something, because all of this is just the tip of the iceberg. It genuinely gets worse. When I saw my friend Isaiah get picked up by 3 dudes and turned into an origami swan to fit into a locker room locker, that's when I peeped game. Locker rooms are just prisons with no guards. A locker room locker is smaller than a normal locker, and the crazier part is it wasn't empty, which made me realize people don't understand how hard it is to put someone in a locker, and even more so, people don't get how hard it is to get a kid out of a locker. 15 minutes later, I see him and 2 teachers come out of the locker room heading over to the bench, and he had ice on both sides of his hips, which made my school implement a rule that says if you so much as touch someone and don't keep your hands to yourself, you're gonna get immediate in-school suspension. And that did not work at all. I've never seen so many guys so comfortable with touching each other until I got into middle school and high school locker rooms. I'll be coming back from dropping 48, 10, and 5 during gym basketball, and I'm seeing dudes in a circle like, hey, good game, bro. Good game to you, bruh. Not like good. Freaking game, bro. What are y'all doing? Genuinely, you will never see men act like this anywhere else. The last time I saw men wanting to touch other men that much, Lil Nas X was performing in Houston, which goes to show how easy it is to get caught up in locker room zestiness, because I vividly remember being told to not put my pants on because they were trying to see who has the biggest meat. Like this. This is our future doctors, man. I don't know how it went. I was worried about a different set of balls, because I'd rather be the first person on the hardwood instead of the first person on hardwood. So when I say I had plenty of reasons to not stay in my gym locker room, that's what I'm talking about. But the things I've seen, the worst thing I've seen might actually get this video demonetized. I go to the locker room, the kids are rowdy. I'm thinking nothing of it. Typical 1.2 GPA behavior. These niggas got no future. I could tell, you could tell, the teachers could tell, because even they gave up on them before the 3rd day of school. These delinquents got this one kid in the corner, pinned up in the shower. Guys, nobody uses the showers at my school. They don't work. The only reason they're in there is because it's a blind spot from the teachers. Not that the teachers are checking for us anyways. So I stay to the other side of the locker room. See no evil, hear no evil, be no evil, however it goes. Because truly, whatever's going on over there is none of my concern. I'm getting ready for gym, and I hear the kids go from crazy to absolutely insane. They are screaming at the top of their lungs. It sounds like what I can only describe as a coliseum. Then I hear whoever is leading this mob locker room riot say, hey, someone pass the broom. One of his henchmen grabs a broom, goes back to the crowd, and now I'm hearing, yeah, hold him still. Take him off. Hurry. Just a whole bunch of commands being shouted out one after the other, which made every bone in my body want to know so badly what was going on, to where I was standing there fighting this urge to go over there, but something was telling me not to. And right as I was about to lose to this feeling, I hear the loudest yell come from the back of the room. I'm talking about my eardrums were Harlem shaking. The PE teachers come running. They tossed my little to the side like I got absolutely moved off my feet. The teachers get to the shower, and because of the absolute fear that was on their face, I'm talking about terrified, I genuinely thought a student took his last breath over there, but it was debatably even worse than dead. After a while of everyone looking at bro on the ground, I lose. I can't take it anymore. I go over there and I look over the teacher's shoulder, and I almost threw up. I see a kid laid out with his cheeks in the air. I don't know if bro was dead, alive, waiting to get back shots, but finding out was not on my bingo card as of today. As I'm leaving the gym, I look back to make sure what I saw wasn't a hallucination, and when I do, I get a different angle on the situation, and I see the broom that the kid had grabbed earlier next to the kid who had his cheeks in the air. And on the tip end of that wooden broomstick, I'm gonna blur it out, but you guys can see what colors that is. And that came from the inside of the kid that was on the ground. How it came from him is exactly what you're thinking. And man, you don't understand how serious this all got took. Rightfully so. The kid had to go to the hospital. The police was called, and my school held an investigation to find the kids who participated in the event. I was seeing people I knew get pulled out of class, and I'm trembling because I'm scared they were gonna think I'm a part of it as well and come and get me. After like a week of officers interrogating one kid after another, one day I'm in class and an officer walks in, full suit on, walks up to my teacher and pulls her into the hallway. And you can see them talking through the rectangle of the door. And as I'm looking at it, the only thing that could make me more scared than I already was is them looking at me. And the teacher glances in my direction and then points in my direction. The cop then leans over and looks directly at my entire row. My mind goes into full overthinking. I saw every moment of my life play out. I saw me getting escorted out of class. I saw them thinking I did it. I saw my parents thinking I did it. I dang near started crying in my seat by the time the cop walked back into the classroom. The cop walks through the door, straight business. No smile, no jokes, not even speaking. He walks up to my row. He walks past 3 students who were sitting in front of me and stops right at the side of my desk. And then he grabs the kid behind me. I was so happy, bro. I've never been this happy someone got caught in my whole life. The kid gets grabbed, the officer escorts him out, and I don't hear anything about the situation ever again. I show up to gym class next week, and the locker room is silent. Like, nobody even wants to talk about it. I'm talking about empty. It's only a couple of the kids in there who were far away from the situation at the time. And on top of that, I ended up never seeing the kid who got violated ever again. I also ended up never seeing that crowd of people who violated the kid ever again. And I find out that a bunch of those people ended up getting charged and going to juvie for abusing that kid. And the kid who was on the ground got transferred to a different school so he could live out a normal life and act like what happened didn't happen. which ultimately makes me sad for the kid who was on the ground, because in spaces without, clear rules, chaos can happen, kind of like our gym locker room. But also in life in general, if the people in charge turn a blind eye, it's an open invite for trouble. So I'm telling you guys this, if something feels off, don't be afraid to raise your voice. Staying silent will almost always allow problems to grow, and I'm saying this because it's important to remember, although this is a video, this was also a real person with real emotions and not just another story to tell. So if you ever find yourself in this situation, for me, speak up. With that being said though, it's a wrap. Fade to black.